I'm Monica Morin. I'm one of Lisa's recent students. Writing about my experiences has been on my bucket list, and I took Lisa's course, and it's been really helpful for me in approaching the book that I've always wanted to write.
Sure.
Lisa, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you, Monica, for being here. And yeah, my name is Lisa M. Cowan, and I'm a writer and a book editor, and I help emerging writers find their voices and their stories, so that they feel less frustrated and more excited about the writing process.
And what inspired you to start this writing business?
Well, I taught at the University of Calgary creative writing and developed some creative writing courses for them. And I was looking at how, um, really talented people, emerging writers, were feeling very frustrated by the process and not knowing how to do an outline or not understanding how to structure a story. And I love connecting with people and hearing people's stories, and I felt that I could help them, and it's not about, telling them what to do, but rather guiding them through their own process.
And what makes your approach unique compared to others in your field?
I focus on the writer's voice, and I also focus on sense-based writing, which is show, don't tell. And I think that when people understand the importance of transporting a reader into the story, then it can make the other things less daunting, like, plot and character development and world building. All of those things are super important. But I think really finding your voice and creating a container for readers to experience the story is primary, and that's what I focus on.
And what are the most common challenges that new writers face, and how do you help them overcome these?
That's a good question. I think doubt is a big one and self confidence. I hear some writers say, well, there are so many books out there. There's so many stories. Why should I write something? Who am I? So there's that. There's also understanding story structure and the elements that go into a story. I think when we have a better idea of actually, what makes a story. So we're talking about characters and plot and narrative structure, the overarching narrative of a story, and world building. These are all things that are important, but I guess it has to do with, the more that they understand how a story works, the easier it can be for them to, dive into their own stories and go ahead.
And can you share a success story from one of your clients?
Yes, I had one client in particular, who was trying different genres and trying to find her voice. I was helping her with that, and I noticed that there was a tendency for her to write comedy, and that she was really funny in her stories. And so I sent her a couple of books that I like that I thought were kind of connected to the way that she writes, and she was just thrilled with that. And she ended up finishing her book, and then she went on to do an MFA in creative writing, and now she's published. So that to me is the best. I mean, I feel fulfilled when I see somebody who's really going to the beat of their own drum, and their voice comes alive, and they really enjoy the writing process too. So
And how can viewers connect with you or learn more about your services?
you can connect with me on lisamcowan.com, which is my website. It's LISSAMCOWAN.com. And I'm also on Facebook. On It's Lisa M. Cowan, Lisa M. Cowan writer. And then yeah, if you subscribe to my Writer's Voice newsletter, you can receive my Writer's Voice guide, which is a 9-page guide, which is helpful for new writers. And please do connect with me. You don't have to have a complete project. You don't have to know exactly what you're doing. But if you're curious about writing and you'd like to connect, then you can book a free discovery call with me, and we can chat about your ideas and go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.